Hello, hello. We have spring-like warmth for you this week with highs in the 50s, maybe even some 60s. We've got all the details now at cwg.live, and updated forecast is there for you, along with our temperature animation below. We will go through all the details on our weekly Sunday Sunset Live Q&A chat. Appreciate you joining me on cwg.live. We have a live link there on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X. I'm Camden Walker for the Capital Weather Gang. Good to see you, Maguka and Megan and Kent and B Faber and Pufian and Chidarin. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll go through all the details now with the temperature animation below warming up this week from 50s, if not some 60s. Wind is under control finally. For the next several days, wind is not going to be a headline. Some occasional breezes, but we do go almost nearly completely calm, I want to say, for tonight and tomorrow night, I think, are pretty calm evenings, and clouds generally stick to evening times as well. We'll go into the cloud details in a moment, but our SPI is at zero. Just to answer any questions from folks looking for snow, nothing on the horizon just yet, and I don't want you to write off winter and accumulating snowfall until maybe mid-March or so. We'll keep you posted, of course, anytime we see the hint on the horizon of some accumulating snow of an inch or more. We will definitely update our SPI, or Snow Potential Index, at cwg.live. And this is the precipitation animation this week, just maybe some stray showers, one or two stray showers Tuesday. Measurable showers, slightly moderate showers, maybe on Thursday. So limited rain chances. They don't add up to too much this week. I think we could see generally light amounts in the region, which does not really help our drought situation. We've seen a little bit of an easing of the drought, but we could stand to see more rainfall before growing season is getting underway. And just, gosh, I mean, we've already got some pollen we'll talk about going into the air. So growing season is not far behind us, but we still have a ways to go before our typical last frost and freezes. Pewee fan, thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate you and your kind emoji there. And Liz and George and Martha and Smookskin and Mila and Swim Sunshine. Appreciate it. And April, outdoor recess week indeed. Maybe Thursday, Tuesday, stray shower, and Thursday could have a few more showers that are more measurable rain. But yeah, April, please have really good recess breaks this week with your kids. And Julia, good to see you there on YouTube. Light rain is the theme this week, if any rain. It's very light amounts. Let's look at your next 7 days, only adding up to generally a tenth of an inch of rain, and that is the two rain chances. Maybe a stray shower Tuesday, but really the bulk of measurable rain chances are focused on Thursday. David is calling this full spring with these temperatures in this animation below going into the 50s and maybe 60s this week. Yes, a little taste of spring, but far from calling winter over. We're not going to call winter over. Accumulating snowfall potential for the remainder of the season is not over with any sort of confidence, and we could see, a return to cold air, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. All right, so clouds this week, I hinted how it's a pretty bright week because clouds are generally sticking to nighttime hours. But it does get pretty cloudy by Thursday. That's the chances of rain that day are kind of moderately high. So expect clouds to come along with it on Thursday as well. But overall, pretty bright week for folks. It's still fairly short days of the year, so you're probably with me on wanting more sun than not this time of year. Now, looking a little bit ahead at temperatures, kind of this weekend, maybe start flipping to colder and into next work week. Temperatures are, even after this chart shows, leaning below average for next work week, and precipitation for next work week is leaning above average, which is great if we want to, keep chipping away at this drought in our region, and we definitely do, especially before growing season gets here. Pollen, you probably saw my update yesterday on cwg.live in the later edited forecast, the kind of the PM update. I did include some charts and some levels of mold and tree pollen being in the air. So slight allergen levels. I love the responses yesterday. Sorry to hear some of you are getting over the flu, but if you have other symptoms with eyes and just a little bit of nasal issues and sinus and throat, it's not uncharacteristic for us starting to experience fellow allergy sufferers some symptoms this time of year. So you'll see more details in my blog post yesterday, but we tracked kind of the comparison of where we are now to average for trees and mold spores. So below is trees. It was definitely running a little above average. There was some nascent tree pollen in January and early February that was definitely above average and bothering me at times. But now we're still at low levels, but it's more average levels for this time of year. We expect a little bit of creeping in of that pollen, the allergens of pollen and mold as well. All right, Tyler, snow is possible in March, but nothing definitive on the radar just yet. Temperature animations below this week kind of showing you 50s and 60s for the spring-like warmth. Precipitation animation this week shows very limited chances, maybe a stray shower Tuesday, a few more measurable showers on Thursday. And to Tyler's question, our SPI remains at 0 for the time being. The rain this week is indeed rain and not snow showers. We're talking about just rain showers for this upcoming week. Hi, Chris. Thanks for tuning in on Instagram, and Seth and Espro and Studio Eves. Good to see all of you. Let me make sure. We've got Jessica, controlling the temperatures. It's getting hot in your place because you do have kind of the winter setting, it sounds like, in your building. I'm sorry to hear that. Temperature controlled buildings, when we have these fluctuations in temperatures where it's spring-like in winter, I know can be frustrating. So hang in there, Jessica. And then Kemp is asking, let's see, snowplow, I don't want to put away and jinx us this year. I still think, seasonably, climatologically speaking, we can still get accumulating snow into mid-March, even in recent years in the DC area. Diane, thanks for tuning in. And Chris, as you can see, no more in the next week or so. We're not expecting any accumulating snow, or SPI, or snow potential index, is indeed 0. Let's see, we've got Jilly and Eo and Diane, thanks for tuning in. And Charlene, even you're, as a snow lover, you're ready for spring. So I hope you're going to enjoy the temperatures this week, animated below in the 50s and 60s. Hello, everyone. I'm Camden Walker for the Capital Weather Gang. Anytime you need us, we are at cwg.live. This is our weekly Sunday Sunset Live Q&A chat. Not only are we live at cwg.live, but on our 4 social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X. And we've got Steve from Culpeper. Thanks for tuning in on Facebook. 56 degrees currently. Wow, that is a bit mild. Yes, indeed. In Fort Mill, South Carolina. And we will have some of your South Carolina conditions, Steve, back around Culpeper, Virginia this week, 50s and 60s for high temperatures. And we've got Tyler. Indeed, we've got the time change soon. Will be later and later with these chats, but right now today, 5:55 p.m. sunset. Before our time change, we're still in standard time for a little bit longer. They do shift throughout the year. We're as early as 4:46 p.m. and then as late as I want to say about 8:45 p.m. for late sunsets at the end at the middle part of the summer, near the summer solstice. All right, David is loving the later sunsets. Indeed, we'll have to be doing that spring forward thing before long. Hello, Kemp again. You're plowing in Gaithersburg. I don't think you're done with snow with any sort of confidence this yet in the year. I know when we get these spring-like temperatures, as I think it David you were calling it, kind of false spring. This is one of those warm-ups where it feels like winter is over, but we need to remember there's still maybe up to a month more of potential snow season, climatologically speaking, ahead of us. So don't write everything off just yet. But of course, with this precipitation animation for this week showing stray showers on Tuesday, maybe a few more showers on Thursday, the SPI, or Snow Potential Index, is a 0 out of 10 for no snow chances for accumulating snow in the next week or so. So please keep that in mind. But we, of course, will update that as soon as we see anything on the horizon, any hint of snow. Hello, Eric. Low of 18, high 54 in the valley. That is quite a swing. That shows some dry soils there, I believe. And Jim, good evening from the top level of the World Observation Level in Baltimore. I love that, Jim. I hope you're having a good view there of the Inner Harbor. And just quickly showing you wind tomorrow, not a major concern, maybe a gust or two around 15 miles per hour. And I think wind this week, the good news after some windy times previously, right? This last previous week, wind is under control for the most part this week. So that is some great news. All right. Hello, Jenny, Kat, Nick, yes, Harper, Odette, AG, and Happy More Mama, and Becky. Good to see all of you. And Kemp, you're most welcome. Thanks for tuning in here on Instagram. And we're also on Facebook, X, and YouTube, and at cwg.live. We're live there as well for our weekly Sunday Sunset Chat. I'm Camden Walker, and anytime you need us, we're keeping some items away from our paywall, so there's free content there for you at cwg.live, where we always want to keep you updated. There's always a meteorologist updating things behind the scenes for you there. We'll keep you updated on the latest for the Mid-Atlantic weather. All right, Solt and Beth and CTS and Caroline, thanks so much. You're kind to tune in there from Facebook and all for your kind words. Indeed, we've had David recalls plenty of snow in March and the blizzard 93. And we've got, let's see, I think Jim, hoping you're looking forward to the nice spring teaser of weather this week. So let's animate these temperatures and the high temperatures in the 50s and 60s this week. So it is indeed a little bit of a false spring. Momo in DC, Mom in DC, good to see you, and Mishma and Odd and Solt, good to see you all. All right, I think I've caught up on all your questions and comments. Mike Barnett, didn't see you there. I think you're around Shenandoah County. Great there, great day there in the valley. Good to do some outdoor work. Excellent. That is some good news indeed. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. I am Camden Walker for the weekly Sunday Sunset Live Q&A chat. On the air another 8 minutes or so, and we're on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and X, and at cwg.live. We are live there as well. At the top there, you'll find the updated PM update forecast that I did, forecast graphically at a glance here above my hat, and we're showing the temperatures animated below in the 50s and 60s this week, a nice spring-like week, arguably. Pretty dry overall, but here's the precipitation animation kind of depicting the stray shower chance for Tuesday. And a few more showers on Thursday could add up to a bit of rain, but overall, just rain. Snow potential index there, the SPI is at a 0. These are not expecting any snowflakes this week, so we'll keep you posted at cwg.live. If we see anything change, the SPI will be updated immediately. You can trust us on that. 7-day rainfall amounts. By the time you talk to me next Sunday, it's looking light, maybe a tenth of an inch for most of us. The bulk of that, the bulk of this little amount of rain is going to likely fall on Thursday. If you hopefully do see some showers, we need it, right? We're still in a good amount of droughts in our region. Even abnormally dry in the yellows there extend for, I would say, arguably over half of our region or so. So rain is needed and wanted in our region. So too bad we can't get a little more of this, but the good news is next work week, the atmosphere is signaling a decent lean toward above average precipitation. Temperatures are maybe leaning up below average next week as well, even more so than this map indicates in the shorter term. So if you are a spring weather lover, I encourage you to enjoy these 50s and 60s depicted above me here and above my hat for this week. So this spring-like weather may not last much past this weekend, if at all. So please do keep that in mind. And spring is in the air with pollen allergens as well. We have some tree pollen in the air and some mold spores hanging around. Luckily low levels, luckily in a comparison to average, in that one chart below here for tree pollen averages, we're not looking at anything too unusual. So uh, you might feel some symptoms, but nothing too unusual for this time of year. It's about when we do expect to start really feeling those allergies come on for the season. All right, I'm on the air another 5 minutes or so. Camden Walker for the Capital Weather Gang. Appreciate seeing all of you on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and X. We're at cwg.live. We're live there on a fifth platform as well, on our blog there. This is our weekly Sunday Sunset Q&A chat below. We're back to our weekly chats after having some holiday Mondays. So, you know, one Monday and MLK Day in January and President's Day in February. But we're looking at spring coming back this week. Some spring feels, right? Spring vibes with some 50s and 60s for high temperatures. Charlene, indeed, in Glenville, Pennsylvania as well. Very nice weather in Greencastle from Diana as well. I love the Pennsylvania reports. That's fantastic. And Jim is reporting from the top of the Baltimore Harbor there, the World Observation Tower. Great sunset. Make sure you send those in, comments, cwg.live, send them to our cwg. Our Flickr page, our Capital Weather Gang Flickr page. We love those. And Vegan on X, seeing 50s and very happy. Love that you're ready for some of the spring temperatures this week. And we've got Lewis joining from Carnival Pride sailing to the Bahamas this evening. Enjoy that, Lewis. That's fantastic. I love that you've got some Wi-Fi and enjoying. Hopefully, you can enjoy the warm weather down in the Bahamas. And Paul, a little bit of stray showers Tuesday, and then Thursday, a few more showers. They'll mainly be measurable on Thursday. So let's look at the precipitation animation this week. Overall, pretty dry week with our spring temperatures. Not much in the way of precipitation. I think a stray shower chance Tuesday may not really be measurable. Could just be a little pesky on your windshields or your eyeglasses when you get those drops on your eyeglasses like I do. And Thursday, I think, still light, but a few more showers are around. It could be measurable in the amounts of maybe about a tenth of an inch of rain. So over the next 7 days, a tenth of an inch is expected, and most, if not all of this, is expected to fall on Thursday with a few showers. So hope that answers the precipitation forecast for this week. It's limited, it's light, and we could use more than that though, since we still have some drought in our region. Luckily, growing season has not fully gotten underway. We're way before the final frosts and freezes of the season. But with the drought around, we still want, more rain than what we're seeing in the forecast. Clouds are generally behaving during daytime hours. Monday through Wednesday, pretty bright skies. Clouds generally relegated and confined to nighttime hours. But Thursday, with those shower chances, the main, and perhaps only rain chance this week, other than a stray shower or two on Tuesday. I think Thursday looks cloudy, and then we should be a little sunnier and brighter again for Friday. And I think Saturday, the stray shower chance again, maybe on Saturday, but it's too soon to pin that down just yet. I don't think it's worth planning around any of that just yet. And then looking ahead at temperatures, I think they start leaning below average after this weekend. And for next work week, precipitation does have a good lean into the above average category. So maybe that will help our drought situation. We want to keep chipping away at that with some decent rain amounts. And then, allergy sufferers. You probably saw my detailed update yesterday at cwg.live, but here's a snippet of it just to show you we have a little bit of tree pollen and mold spores around as well. And compared to average, I put in a few charts, but one of my charts compared the average to what's currently experiencing with the tree pollen levels, and they're tracking about where they should be for this time of year, thank goodness. So no early spikes in the tree pollen as it looks now. All right, my final 2 minutes. Appreciate seeing all of you on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X, and we're even live at cwg.live. I'm Camden Walker for the weekly Sunday Sunset Live Q&A chat, animating those 50s and 60s high temperatures for you below. A little bit of spring-like feels in the air this week, including pollen and some allergens that we just talked about a moment ago. So it is February. Don't write off, as we've been talking about, accumulating snow. That could still happen through mid-March, climatologically speaking, but nothing in the forecast. So a little bit of false spring perhaps this week. Below average temperatures we have been talking about looking like they're coming back on the scene at later this weekend into next week. So that is something to maybe really stay present this week if you are a warm weather lover, mild to warm weather lover. That's definitely above average. I want you to enjoy it, and we will, by next Sunday, probably have a little bit of a pattern change to talk about, perhaps. But overall, it's just a pretty tranquil, overall lovely week. Just one or two rain chances, a stray shower maybe on Tuesday, and then a few more showers, more measurable rain, perhaps on Thursday, maybe in the tenth of an inch range category. Wind is not a major issue this week, so that's great. Even tomorrow, this is what it depicts for tomorrow, maybe a few gusts around 15 miles per hour, but luckily nothing like we had last week. Snow potential index remains 0 for the time being. All the precipitation we animate here below is in the rain category. No snow, but we'll update you if we see anything at cwg.live. We'll keep that SPI dust it off immediately if we see any chance for accumulating snow in the next week or so. But you'll see that one, maybe a stray shower Tuesday, but that main line of rain that we saw animated through here, that's on the Thursday time frame. So nothing too long lasting and too heavy by any means, but it could add up to maybe a tenth of an inch of rain. Eric is hoping next Sunday's update with the potential pattern change is a little more exciting. Eric's probably still looking for a little bit of snow. AK Goot, Tetafer, Dre Day, thanks for joining on Instagram. We've got Susan and Sounds Like and Rebsom and a Greenhouse. Good to see you all on Instagram. Jim Jim a Change. You're most welcome and looking forward to the spring temperatures this week. I'm very glad we've got some warm weather, spring like weather lovers chiming in that they're looking forward to some of these temperatures this week. David, you're most kind. Thanks for tuning in. Paul, appreciate seeing you as well. And Lauren, thanks for tuning in there from X. And you have a great week as well, Dave. And Lauren, a quick update on the pollen that we've been talking about. I think it's going to rise a little bit this week. Currently low levels for tree pollen and mold spores. And I expect trees to go up a little bit this week because it's generally a dry week overall, besides a stray shower Tuesday and maybe a few more measurable rain showers on Thursday. So do expect, if like me, you feel that tree pollen increase. I think it's going to happen through the middle part of this week overall. Generally sunny conditions, more days than not. Thursday looks like our cloudiest day, but generally bright skies. Some sunshine is getting through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then again on Friday. All right, Jim, thanks for sharing those sunset pictures at our Capital Weather Flickr page. And I will see all of you next Sunday. Appreciate everyone for our weekly Sunday Sunset Live Q&A chat. Anytime you need us, we're at CWG Live. Camden Walker signing off, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and X. And I will see you next Sunday. Enjoy our little bit of false spring, but spring-like vibes in the air this week with